and they may be the most serious yet. What comes next is a major question not only for Donald Trump, but for voters in the next election. Good evening, I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. These new federal charges from a grand jury today are about Trump's actions to overturn the 2020 election and the violent January 6th insurrection that came afterward.
Yeah, and this follows dozens of other federal charges for his alleged handling of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago and New York charges related to campaign finance.
Tonight, the Trump campaign is slamming these indictments as political attacks as he remains the clear GOP frontrunner in the 2024 race for the White House.
Let's bring in ABC 7 News reporter Tim Johns. He's been following this ever since it broke this afternoon and is in the newsroom. Tim.
Yeah, Dan, as you say, this is the third time that the former president has been indicted. This time around, though, prosecutors have charged him with 4 different counts, including conspiracy to defraud the United States. On Tuesday, former President Donald Trump indicted once again. A grand jury voting on charges brought by special counsel Jack Smith for Trump's attempt to overturn his 2020 election loss.
Was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy. As described in the indictment, it was fueled by lies.
Prosecutors say Trump worked to create a national atmosphere of anger and mistrust in the election, that ultimately leading to the January 6th Capitol insurrection. The former president and many of his allies slamming the latest indictment as a political witch hunt.
No fair-minded person, I don't care where you are, certainly within the Republican Party, but even outside, can't look at this and not be appalled.
This is the third time Trump has been criminally indicted, with another investigation underway in Georgia. Despite numerous cases against him, each one will be handled separately.
Each case will have its own calendaring, its own motions back and forth.
Margaret Russell is a constitutional law expert and professor at Santa Clara Law School. She says Trump's mounting indictments are leading the country into uncharted territory.
There is nothing on the books written down stopping Donald Trump from being convicted and saying, well, let's say he goes to prison and say, I urge you to vote for me and I am going to be the president.
Current polling puts Trump neck and neck in a 2024 rematch with President Joe Biden. A statistic that's not shocking, says ABC 7 News political analyst Jackie Spear.
As historic as it is, it's not going to change the 37% of the Republicans who are going to go walk the plank for Donald Trump.
Now, 6 co-conspirators were also named in the indictment but have not been charged. Trump is scheduled to appear in court on Thursday in Washington, D.C. In the newsroom, Tim Johns, ABC 7 News.